What up, what up, what up? Getting going here. My TikTok crashed, so I'm just rebooting that. Give me 1 second here, folks. There we go. Watching Bitcoin here. See if we can't get a wedge break. Let me load some people in from Discord. Let them know we're live. What's up, Exilion? Looking for some music here. I apologize. Think we found some? There's a lot of weird music on the free section. All right, we can downsize this. Move Discord on over. And hopefully we are not stuck below the next range here in the 15-minute. We're looking at some bull divs forming on the lower time frames here after a massive dump in the markets. Bitcoin down almost 6%. Everything's just dumping today. Tech is dumping. Microsoft's down 12. Silver and gold are rebounding from their massive dumps, up nicely. Question is, are these going to correct and the markets are going to go up? I wouldn't bet against it. So gold kind of rolling sideways off its first trend here. Silver getting the same kind of bounce. Hell of a sell-off today on everything, but gold seems to be recovering as stocks continue to dump. Q's dumping. ES dumping. NQ dumping. NAS 100 in the crutter. AMD, United Healthcare continues to plummet. PayPal is now below weekly. Energy Transitions Materials down 15% today. Masters suffering down 10%, moving with Bitcoin. Crazy. Masters getting a weekly break structure here. Coinbase getting a weekly break structure. I'm looking for bottoms to form. Coinbase target actually hit and getting a bounce on the weekly. Might be a decent DCA point, but if Bitcoin keeps coming down, that's it. It's coming back down to 140. So I'm being patient here with any kind of new positions as bottoms start to form. If we're just taking a zoom out here on Bitcoin, we have taken the daily weekly low and we are below. Unfortunately. Oops, another one here we take. So this is the first one I had labeled out. I'd like to see us bounce into. Wait, I'm on the right chart. Yeah. Yeah, just ugly, man. I think we've now hit this next one. $15 just holding on here. Getting some bullish divergences setting in, which is nice, at least for a local recovery. Come back up and clean up some of this imbalance and then look for the short further down. Or we judge if it's going to be a decent recovery. But momentum pushing up. This is the 15, so not huge. Price moving down. Hour chart doing the same thing. 4 hour is not. 2 hour is not. So we're somewhere between the hour chart and the 4 hour as far as structure is concerned. 30-minute getting those divs as well. 5-minute looks like it's getting those divs as well. Losing this low is not going to be good. What up, what up, what up? Everybody already shut down for the day. Lower lows, baby. You know, we had this little 5-minute accumulation that gave us this little high, and it came right back down. So zooming out to 15 here, see if we can't hold that. Liquidity building below us, but ooh, we just took it. I mean, it's just a big old gap down if we don't hold here. Guess we should look at some candle bodies, huh? Like literally got to bounce now. We got some trap traders down here. So trapped on both those candles. And still a trap down here. They think that's going to be a continuation. So let's see if they're right. Tesla's down about 3%, right? Well, let's take a look at it. Yeah, taking the same kind of dump here. So as far as Tesla's concerned, I'm watching a 5-minute chart here. I don't know if you're trading or intraday trading, but you know, whatever happens here, if this just goes down, it is going to go right back down to range bottom, unfortunately. Shift the structure for Tesla just on the 5 is above 424. I might zoom out and see what the 15-minute looks like here. 15-minute low. 15-minute high lines up with the 5-minute. Maybe we get a fake out into the golden pocket, claw back that imbalance and go. Otherwise, we got to break the high here, 424. This is not good. Measured move here could be ugly. 82.25. What's up, Styles? We got a hold here, baby. Lots of liquidations. You can't see them behind me. Here they are, down here in the corner. Just looking pretty droopy here. God, this would suck. For a multitude of reasons. Tesla holding. Bitcoin not. Need a sympathy bounce. Take back some of this liquidity. Yeah, brother. Stick to the plan. My plan was actually looking for longs at the low here, but it did not work out. We just capitulated. Was not in a short. minor loss on a long. But everything just went belly up after FOMC. Crazy belly up. We need a recovery of this range. Trying to entertain a dead cat bounce long here. We'll see if we can get it. Yikes. Come on. 22 seconds on this continuation break. Not my friend today, huh? Here's the candle. Here comes the... Can we hold? Come on, get me back in range here. Yuck. That was USDT. I've been sitting something. The breakout. Ethereum dumping. Bitcoin dumping again. Yikes. 85 to 83. So that's $2,000. Yikes. Watching things bleed. I've been trading a long time, man. I took it seriously the last 5 years. Started full-time trading last June. I had a lot of... I mean, I got a family and everything, right? So I got a lot of... I got to put back just to keep normal operations going while I transition. I put a full year's salary back. I lost the YouTube widget. Where are you? Nobody saying nothing. Say hi over there on YouTube. Unless I don't have it up right. See if gold continuing up here. Gold looks like it wants to continue up. This is $1 trillion. $1 trillion liquidation. %. Absolutely crazy today in the markets. We're all sitting in New York Live like, is this real? Come on. That's a loss of pattern again. What's up, the buzz? Representing on YouTube over there. A lot of imbalance to the upside to take, right? So at some point we're going to make a bottom here and come back for this. Just to make a lower high, maybe. Come on, get back above that daily. Hyper liquidity holding up beautifully though. Need some key ranges here. I mean, I hope we get some ebbs and flows, and straight down isn't the case because it'll probably come straight back up. You just can't leave these here. And we're back in that like daily absorption area, right? So, I mean, back down in here. Taking the weekly low and then running it back screaming would be kind of funny. You're going to have a lot of support down here, 80,500. But this is a weekly bear flag, right? So this weekly bear flag breaks down, it's going to go, you know, set a course for that 60K range, 70K range. You probably do something like this, you know, down and then back test and then continue. So if we don't get the back test here, it's going to happen lower. I'd rather be here at these daily absorption levels. But I don't dictate what happens, man. 5-minute structure shift is now here. 15-minute is marked higher. Top here. This is already invalidated. This is that daily low and the channel. We got several curves to the upside here we can get into. So deviation 1, 2, and 3. Filling at least against 1 would be nice. It's still like $2,000. If we get above it, I mean, target 1, back test, target 2, into that fair value, continuation short. So can we do that by like 4 or 5? If you're up to 3K, man, I recommend taking profits. And just closing the position. Especially if you're new and you're in some kind of lucky trade. Or just set your stop loss here. You know, $5,300, set your stop loss at this structure low on the 15. Or the 5. And call it a day. Because if this is going to V-shape recovery, it's not coming down for much more. That's actually a 5-minute structure low. 15 would be down here, but you're still giving a lot back. That's 2%. 1% here. So 53.06. Because this is still bearish formation, but if it's going to V-shape recovery, it's just going to go, right? So if this is a sell to buy into liquidity, it's just going to bounce. So if it starts coming sideways and back down, it's just coming back down to the bottom of the range. Slight chance to bounce here for dead cat and then continue down. Yeah, gold seems to be for dip buying at the moment. Same with silver. Nice. Nice profits, guys. Up 6K now. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Oops. Man, this looks so weak. Come on, give me a pop. Give me something to trade. Yeah, I mean, everything's kind of in... I mean, we're getting some bounces, right? We've been talking about looking toppy in all these for forever, man. Finally breaking some structure here. Look at that wick into this demand area. Same thing, wick into demand, wick into demand. So, you know, here's the log we set up yesterday. Previous day low. Did we do NQ? We did not. Did we do NAS? We did not. Ooh, we missed CME on this guy. Microsoft going the other way. So we were looking for a pullback into this trend line, and this is what we got, right? Oops. XN Mobile. So trend. Bang, 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 bang. We never lost it down here. Didn't get below the range. We bounced and have the continuation up and over, hopefully. This is... this SOX leverage long we've always been looking at here. I'm not sure who keeps recommending that. Microsoft down 12%. Coinbase eating dirt as well. MicroStrategy is eating it as well. This is a weekly structure break on micro. This guy is in so much trouble. I mean, it's a good dip for a big stock. If you're just DCAing long term, and this isn't like some kind of weird leverage play, yeah, it's a good buy opportunity. Not financial advice. You know, those leverage plays need to have something planned, man. I totally lost Microsoft. I'm not sure how it got pulled down there. We were looking for it to come down into this candle to get clawed back a little bit. And we're in it now, right? That's what we've been looking for. Earnings issue here, so I'm probably buyer 347 until daily structure shifts. That's quite a ways down still. It's another 20%. Let's look where the daily's at. That's the weekly. So this is the gap here, right? This is what we boxed out. We want to fill this gap. So we could have a little bit more to go here. This was the play. About 400 bucks. 395. Just bang down. Now, again, not a bad DCA point if you're just going long term. And this is going to be in your portfolio for a number of years. Otherwise, I'd be looking for a structure shift. You know, let it make a bottom, make a high, make a low, make a new high, higher high. You want it to shift. Yeah, that's Microsoft, man. I don't know if you were expecting that or not, but it's down 13%. Bitcoin fighting to reach out of the hole here. Everything just getting smashed. Crazy. Come on. I don't like the positioning here on trend, but maybe we hold it. Interesting seeing what happens when we get back up here. We just do a little back test and then run. So looking for this. And then we get a cup and handle. And we get back above trend. I don't know where it's at from last year. I showed you the one I was interested in. Just sitting right on top of 400 there. Everything's so oversold, man. I wouldn't be crazy if things started coming down a lot further and it was just a big old black swan for a week. I'm not saying that's happening, but I mean, as far as like just looking at a 15-minute chart here, there's nothing bullish here yet. 15-minute shifts above 425 and we're just moving lower. Range bottoms 420, 421, 420. Yeah, my short comes down a little longer here into that gap. I mean, we got a measured move to get there, so just a bear flag until we get above higher. So what do the lines go down to? Couldn't you just do a squiggly lines and like you're predicting the market? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So I'm just following market structure. There's a gap fill here, right? And we gapped down this morning with a 4-hour market structure break. So let me just get rid of this old idea here. All right, so we were looking for, originally we had a confirmed 4-hour break of structure to the downside. So how do you trade these, right? Well, you confirm you lost a trend. So here was trend, right? So we lost trend, back tested trend, couldn't get in it. And we just broke structure on the 4 hours to the downside. So what we're looking for is, I know there's different ways to call this. You just call a structure break, a retest, a continuation, which is the easiest way to call it. You can call it initiation, correction, continuation for those ICC guys. I call it RIMC, so range initiation, mitigation, continuation. So we talk about all day on the channel. If you want to know how we trade, hop over to the website, Technical Edge Trading or traders.com. But this is a back test to fill imbalance in the chart. So the imbalance was filled and earnings destroyed it. And the measured move here was already this flag, right? So we broke down from the top of the range. So we're just extrapolating sell pressure from one range to the next. And this gives us about a $380 target and a gap fill. Now things just don't go straight down, and there's invalidations for these things. So if we get, some sort of structure test. So what's happened here, right? We had a breakout. Microsoft was pumping to the upside, setting a low, a high, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. And then eventually this just shifted the other way, right? So instead of a demand chain where this is going high, high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, or excuse me, those are higher lows, and then the higher highs. You set a lower high, and then you set a lower low. You back test to make sure it's not a trap. We can't get back above range, and we just continue, right? And now you have a supply chain issue. So every time it comes back into excess supply, more people sell. And that's just what Microsoft's doing right now. Looks exactly like this. Except this is really tight market structure in here. We called this a wall of worry last week. Like it was just a really weird wall of worry. But following market structure 101 is how we get into these plays. So when you come up into key levels on the hour chart, or excuse me, on like the daily chart or the weekly chart, that's when you go into the 1 hour chart, the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart to look for the entries. So these internal shifts on these time frames determine if this shift on the daily and the 4 hour are going to continue. Yes, to make money, that is what I'm looking for every single day. Everything dropped today. It was a knee jerk in the market, and I think it's just from FOMC fever. The crazy thing about this gold wick, man, is it's a $1 trillion liquidation event. Still holding this structure here. This SIP, this 5-minute low. You know, the nice thing would be if this actually got a correction and some of this supply flew out into other markets. This is the biggest sell-off gold's had in a long time. Let's just take a look. I mean, look at that candle. There's not been that size daily candle. How low did we come today? To 10. I mean, this daily candle fits every other daily candle here. This might be the biggest gold candle it's ever made. I mean, we're getting in relative to the price now, but I'd have to turn it on log to look down there. Worry is this just rolls over, but if it breaks here, it's probably going to struggle again at 54.11, which is VWAP. So do we get stuck below VWAP here for the first time in a while on gold? So above VWAP, a little bit below, above, a little below, above. It's nuts. Oof, Bitcoin just rolling over again. Come on. I mean, it's up huge. You got to expect people to take profit at some point. I don't mean to sound condescending about it, but there's so many people top blasting this stuff that they think it's just going to go forever. And maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't. Silver looks exactly the same. Similar market structure to the gold. Oof, there goes everything again. Yoink. Yikes. My eyes are so dry. Interesting. My ETH long just got closed. Just looks so unhealthy right now. I mean, it's getting destroyed, right? Rare earth. I don't know if it's hype, dude. Like, there's going to be a supply crunch, but look at some of these other energy material companies, like 10% down. Western copper and gold. Finally getting a correction, too. Man, we were kind of predicting this earlier, but didn't quite pan out. Oh my God, what is going on here? This is terrible. I mean, we're in like liquidation cascade events type stuff now, so it might be a minute before we find a bottom. That's why we're just watching, sitting on our hands. Every time we set a new just like 5-minute low here, it just gives us a new target to break back above. But Bitcoin, you know, now looking like a weekly structure break here again. And a weekly bear flag. Open door is just going down, brother. Looking at 525 for support here, man. Or a reclaim of 566. So bear flagging below range. So we get kind of some kind of hour break of structure. Is currently this 589 area. 586. Downtrend on the hour. And the 4-hour level is much higher. It's up here at $6.77. So we can probably get a lower structure shift on the 4-hour. So just need a couple candles up and then a break of structure in the 4. So if something like that happens, might be a buyer, but I'd be more concerned about that happening down here. Just have a little patience. 522, 524. Until we get over this line anyway. But it happens just like that. Getting crushed, brother. Man, not a good day for spot traders just holding if they were top blasting. Was hoping to make a bottom while we were streaming here, but so we got something kind of forming like this, right? If this is the trap down here, if not, it's just gonna keep going. We should get a dead cat bounce just do this 2 people getting out of the market for the day, but we still got people shorting the bottom, so or longing the bottom. You might be able to expect this to continue to come down. I don't trade options. I do some spot stocks, but I do a lot of leverage trades, perpetual futures. So not puts and shorts. I mean, I have larger charts here you can look at. Like, I don't mean to condense everybody into just this little time frame. I don't know where it went. My mock-up's missing. I'm on the wrong chart. I mean, you can see it here written in the cards, right? All right, I'm on the 5-minute. We didn't quite fill out the shoulder, which I thought we would, but you know, measure move here on Bitcoin. Not that long, sir. If this really starts to capitulate again, like on the weekly time frame, you know, we could come all the way back for the low at that 49K. Nothing goes down in a straight line. These are just like future projections if we're going to have something that really goes down further, like into October area. Software stocks enter bear market on AI disruptions. Fear with ServiceNow plunging 12%. iShares ETF down about 21% from recent highs. So investors are worrying whether AI competitors with automated tools could erode demand for traditional software licensing and workflows. Spot trade is just like buying the stock. I apologize if that was confusing. It's just buying 1-to-1, just buying shares. What the fuck just happened? I had the fixed volume range profile on here. Well, actually, the variable one here, and then you kind of got to get it all in here now. 74K is just screaming. But I would probably draw from here to here. So once we lost this value area low, I mean, it's almost inevitable at some point you come down. But you got to draw the larger one here. So again, value area low is about 81.8. So that's where the weekly low came into. So do we hold the value area low or do we start rotating lower? Man, this is absolutely nutty. Almost to this move measure. Yeah, I think 75K is a pretty fair target, man. The question is can we get a better entry? Like just shorting right here is not ideal. It's already down quite a bit. I'd like to see it come up and just claw back some of the imbalance and then we grab the continuation down. But maybe it just rolls downhill when we don't get into play. Which is okay. In 5 minutes, just getting hammered. 50 minutes getting hammered. Just dying for a bounce. Make clean break of CBD there. Yoink. Destroyed VWAP cloud. Couldn't hold the top of the VWAP cloud. So we want to backtest like 86.3 would be pretty ideal backtest area right now. CC. Cocoa futures. I'm just kidding. You said Canton Network. No, I don't see Canton Network. Here we go. Oh, this is a crypto. This is a crypto on MEXC. If Bitcoin is going to continue down, I mean, this is going to get pulled down. I don't know anything about this. It's certainly blasting for some reason. I'm going to add this to my list just to look for a short. So we have an hour break structure, a back test. So we're back testing in demand here, actually into an inverted fair value gap. Now the question is, can it make a higher high or just come down and break the low? So here's your probably your entry for the short. Ooh, it's a 6% channel. That's crazy. I think I'd have to probably see a little bit more about this. I mean, these 5-minute candles are 1% a piece. That's insane. I would look for potentially just coming back into trend here for a short up in here. If this blasts over and keep going, it's just going to keep hammering. I mean, if Bitcoin gets a nice bounce here, this could just blast over and keep going. Very volatile. Certainly dangerous with leverage. 2 or 3x would probably be just fine on it. It's up 5% on the day, but the daily candle is SFPing previous all-time high. Oh, we didn't even get it. So here's yesterday's previous daily high, PD ray, and then all-time high. I'm sure people are screaming bull flag here, breakout, measured move. It's not invalid. It's just going against the overall trend of Bitcoin. So potentially 24 cents up in here. Daily oscillator looks like it could be potentially making a div down. 12 hours bearish. 4 hours making bearish divergence. So people are taking profits here. Pointing down, higher high. Yeah, I mean, you can call this a number of things here, right? If this is just a 4-hour cup and handle, wasn't really a handle here. It was more of a bull flag. You could make the larger time frame cup and handle if you wanted to. But this doesn't usually work out well from tops, right? You want this bull flag to run it over. It usually takes 3 cracks at these highs to break them. So that would be the design of the bull flag, is to make that one last consolidation before it pushes higher. So it still gives you a valid short entry, and see if the bull flag works out or not, or the cup and handle works out. So that would look something like this. Again, similar measure move back to 24, not back to, but up to 24 cents. We can just take a look and see if MEXC is going to give us any data on if people are longing or shorting this candle. So a lot of shorts caught in this candle here. A lot of longs in this candle here. So is this going to capture, you know, these 300K in longs and make them pay by punishing them? I might ease into a short on this. Would need a shift though. I would use a fib bin and just see how these have been. I mean, back into here, into the GP, 15.2 cents. I mean, that really starts to fail. So like, here's the larger pattern, right? So if I could draw on this, shoulder, head, you know, everybody wants this flag to form here. It fails, it back tests, it continues. So you get a head and shoulders pattern, and then you got to measure move something like this to the downside. And then you're breaking trend, and then you're right back at range bottom at 10 cents. These things start giving back really fast. So it's either up and over, or it's coming all the way back down, probably at 10 cents. We'll revisit this chart because I'm going to keep this here. Yeah, I think if the short comes in, it comes all the way back down. That's a pretty good move. 40%. There's not a single altcoin in the entire market really working out, man. This won't be any different at some point. Thanks for the follow, man. Bro, I had taken a position in silver at the price of 113, 640, and also have a 5x taken leverage. Well, you're about to close. We talked about these coming down a little earlier. Right? Hopefully our gold guy closed this short because that's coming down. I'd be out, brother. There's no point in holding anything negative. Come on. Give us something here. Gold short for this London sesh. So here's New York into Asia, Asia into London. And then one or two things are going to happen. It's going to just take the SFP at the top of the range here at London Open and come back down, or we're going to break out and continue to the upside. That would be my guess. Again, I don't have any data besides we're just in a bear flag. Like, we got to regain the range up top here to get above it, obviously, right? So we got a new range high here for just the intraday. Again, if this was a regular asset and wasn't gold, I would probably just say it rolls down and breaks down here. But the narrative has been buy gold. So is this an actual correction, or is this like the start of an actual correction to the downside, or are we just shaking people out to move back up? So not enough data to know that yet. But a $1 trillion market cap erasure in gold today is insane. And maybe the back test isn't that high. I just can't get back in this 5-minute range, right? So we got a low micro range here forming. If we lose this, you know, we're looking for demand. And then maybe we can't get back over this, and then that's the continuation down into London. The Bitcoin short was higher. I am looking for a bounce out of this low to claw back a lot of this empty imbalance, and then I'm looking for lower. So I'm not shorting the bottom. So BTC was just making, here's a high, SFP of the high, a structure break, short entry for Asia, continuation in New York. I think we come higher before we go lower, but I'm not saying that is gospel. If we do get a bounce here, that CCC thing, or that CC thing we look could just pop. And then we look for like one more blast off here in the correction. Unfortunately, there's... I don't mean this by any disrespect. I just can't give... maybe it's a great project. I don't know anything about it. So correct me if it's some kind of a cool thing that's innovative and a real team and real people and real use cases in the real world. But the hundreds of millions of altcoins that have launched in the last 3 years, these are the only ones I follow. Sol, Ondo, Hype, Cardano, Morpheus, ENA, Ethereum. That's it. And most of these I follow them just because of trading them, like with leverage. Top 3, I think. Top 4, I think that will do something in the future. Ethereum, Sol, Ondo, and Hyperliquid. And everything below this is still speculative to me. Tell me what it does. Why would the token go up? Like, yes, it serves as an oracle for many, many things, but are people paying for it? Is that revenue going into token burns and buybacks? If not, down only, buddy. Link's been around since the Gen 1 Genesis days, and it's never made a higher high. I mean, for that case, now there's ADA or many, many of those coins. Are you talking about Chainlink, or are you talking about some kind of stock? I mean, Link is on the precipice here of going back down into the sub $4 range. Sub $10 range. So we'll see it back about $5 if this breaks. It made a nice run, never made all-time high, made a lower high. So, you know, you're going to have altcoin fanboys drawing something like this, saying it's going to accumulate and then blast off over $56, or it just dies. But they won't tell you this. They'll tell you this. I mean, these altcoins, when they took that weekly high, they just never came back. They took a previous weekly high, never came back. I just don't think they're worth buying, like, spot. Would not be DCAing into altcoins. My ENA position closed too. Chainlink, yeah, that's what we just looked at. Chainlink. Can you look at NVIDIA? I think I actually deleted this the other day, so let's add it back. NVIDIA. Helps if I spell it right. Well, it's on there somewhere. I don't know where I jog it to. Wait, what do you think about price of silver, also Bitcoin, really digital gold? I mean, people call it stupid stuff, man. It's just an asset. It's more positioned to be a treasury asset because it doesn't do much else, right? I am a crypto trader, and Bitcoin could go down to 0. I'm not telling you it cannot. As an 18-year-old, should I start trading? If you can master the discipline of trading at 18 years old, you will be set for life. But that is not... it takes sacrifice, man. Like I said, if anybody likes what they see here, hop in Discord, man. Head over to tacticalhitstraders.com, make a free account, connect it to Discord, and get in the free section. We live trade every single day. New York session. Live trading 3 times a week for the paid side as well. We do have one-on-one trading too, if that's something that interests you. Again, tons of free content on the website, free learning videos and courses. Kind of give you our style to see if you're a good fit for us. We've got a couple young guys. We got a 14, 15-year-old in the high school kid in the paid section who's him and his dad are in there, man, and they're putting in the work. You got to want it. Hi, Rance from Ghana. Depends on what you want to trade. I mean, I think TradingView is the best charting software out there, but there's some other ones that are really good. This is certainly the most dynamic. As far as brokers are concerned, depends on what you want to do. There's different strokes for different folks. It's pretty easy to start out with some like small prop stuff just so you don't blow your own money. More of your own money. AMD. Now I got to remember this is red or black now, not red. I mean, everything's sold off, man. Everything's in these local bull flags for what I would call a sell to buy, but you know, we start losing these. The drops are big again. So if we can hold this and this sell to buy continues, you know, we're right back to where we started at the day. Man, this had a nice short, but this bounce here was huge. But same kind of thing. We just kind of plan it out and look for this overall move. Our overall target here for AMD is down here at about 234. So I think at this point in time, this is a bearish backtest and continuation to the downside. But if it gets back above the range and closes daily above $250 and can hold it there tomorrow as well, I think it continues to the upside. So game plan is down until it tells me otherwise. This wick is unfortunate for some folks, I'm sure. But it's an SFP of session high, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah, S&P of London high. Previous session London high. It's a quick reaction. That is a fast candle, I'm sure. Is it a 1 minute candle? Yep. But as soon as you fell back into range here, that was your cue for the short. And it just zoop, reacted like everything else did today and just ate dirt. Man, we can't get back into any ranges here. Yeah, I'm watching it here. It's got, well, you can't see it. It's on another monitor. Getting a little structure shift. This actually could be the cue for your short. Well, that's USTD. What did we just SFP? All-time highs. Oh, yesterday's high. Or today's high. That's the AM high. This thing is all over the place. So, important level to break through. If we get some confidence over this, it just keeps going. It'd be nice if Bitcoin would move with it to give it that fuel. Those are, we trade a lot, gold, silver, and BTC in ES, NS over in Discord a lot, and various other things, but those are usually the rundown. Hop over in Discord, brother. Crypto's dead at this point, man. Altcoins are just eating dirt. We got a little 5 minute and 10 here. Pull back into the GP. See if we can't pull this up and over and break structure. This just comes down and breaks the low again. We're in more trouble. We're not building any OI here. Not me, man. I sold the top. Told everybody publicly when I was doing it. Everybody said, I think you can go higher. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here you go. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me snip it. Copy, paste. Here you go. I sold all my soul sweet in ETH. 119.25. That's me in Discord, and you guys can hop in there and double check that's me. But I'm Donkey. So 119. Let's go to ETH. Let's go weekly. Let's go 1. Here's January of 25. There's a vertical line. And let's go in here. So that was the original dump coming back down into this low. This was the high that we did not fill. And we just zoop, 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 went down. And I've not really messed with spot again since then. So we missed the whole run up. Is that the right one? I must have done it twice because I swear I just had one over here too. I just closed Discord. Crap. Let's look at Soul. Here it is right here. January 19th. Right here. Sold it all. Never came back to my entry. My sell point. And I don't even follow SWE anymore. That thing's down so hard. It's not on my charts. So SWE March 19th. Right here. I've not had another spot bag on SWE since that day. I've traded perps on this and ETH. I've never held any more spot on any of those again. Yeah, and I sold my Cardano and stuff like a day later and everything else. I hold very minimal altcoins now. We mostly leverage trade, which is what it is now. That's all it's worth doing. If XRP sub $2, it's just going to keep coming down. I know I have some XRP in a hardware wallet somewhere. There's probably 10 grand or so in it that I'm just not bothering with. But it's flirting with these range lows, man. You got all this stuff down here that if this fails, it's going to start clawing all this back, which would be super unfortunate for those XRP folks. I mean, this is, if this support range fails, the capitulation is going to be ugly. I think XRP is still number 3, right? Behind ETH. I don't remember what SWE was at, but SWE is 0, brother. $1.29 right now. Yeah, I mean, what's the weekly break look like? It could SFP the weekly right here with the rest of the altcoin market, and we could get a nasty bounce to the upside. That would be awesome. But if not, I mean, I'm looking for 48 cents or somewhere between 75 and 50 cents into this little order block on the weekly. You know, the bear flag here already in motion for SWE probably gives us a sub-zero target. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to go below 0. But everybody who toted this as the next best thing just didn't follow market structure at all. I mean, here was the break, the back test, the continuation, fresh break. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a reprieve here. See if we can't get out and over and target back up to 84, 85.4 here. I would, if you want me, I'll write this down right now. Put an alarm in your phone for crypto. Set it. I want you to set this and say, Donkey from Tactical Edge Trading told you this for October 5th. And I want you to buy on that day of this year. I want you to buy Sol. I want you to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ondo, and Hyperliquidity on that date. Nothing else should exist to you. Again, I'm not shorting the bottom here, just so we're clear. I'm looking for a clawback higher and then a continuation short. Or if it doesn't give us a reason to continue short, we just continue up, right? I'm looking for the market to tell me something today. We had the short entry in New York. That just brought us all the way down here. We had some nice plays in Discord. Let me just go see my New York crew. What's left of them are still sitting here. So in the trade recap center, Bitcoin short here for 40%. Bitcoin short here for 40%. And a gold long here from Ben. This is a 5-figure play, by the way. 66%. But Eddie here with the SPX play. Eddie again with the Bitcoin short. Silver longs. No, that's a silver short. These guys are killing it, man. We got a healthy crew. Iron sharpens iron for New York session over in Discord. What's up, Dale? We start trading at 8:30 a.m. EST. Not trading, but we start pre-market. That fib pullback worked. Pre-market levels to set up our trading plan. I would trade Bitcoin, gold, and silver right now. They've been the most predictable. Everything's flowing in the gold and silver, so it's been up only. Today's the first day it's had a really crazy reaction, so we'll see what happens. Let's see if we can get a break back to the range top here. don't like how this looks on like the 30 now. So manipulation potentially here, getting 2 30-minute candles in a row. Be interesting to see what happens here. Well, moving into that 3 o'clock hour, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I think price action seems to be going the other way now. CC is. Somebody's got to tell me what CC is. It's up 9%. It's breaking through that top, right? Bitcoin getting the bounce and pushing Canton network higher. Now you guys got me. I'll actually tell you what this is. It's a $6 billion market cap. Why is it running? Circulating supply is all out, which is nice. Wall Street backed Canton Network is leading layer 1 for compliance, confidential smart contracts, and partner with DTC, NASDAQ. I mean, it sounds like it's got some partners, so maybe there's some teeth to this. As long as that stuff's all factual and not just blurbs for pushing price. It's on the Bankless podcast, so that's a good start for him. And that was the 12th. JP Morgan deposit token is set to native issue on Canton Network. I mean, maybe we got something here. Hop in Discord. Tell me a little bit more about it in the general chat. Just tag me at Dunky, DUNKI. Maybe we add to something we watch every day. Welcome to Newton Validators. Crazy. It takes a lot to get me hyped on an altcoin, but maybe this is something we like. SFP all-time high right now. Watch this trap. Man, those candles are crazy. If Bitcoin gets a push, it'll probably continue to push. Just make a new Discord. That's the easiest way to solve that issue. New email, new Discord. I've got like 4. Not that I use them all, I use just my main one, but I'm at a buddy's house or something, I can't remember a login to play with them, I just make a new one. I think I've done that a handful of times. Bitcoin trying to get back in the range. We're at a weekly daily low on Bitcoin, so holding here would be pretty crucial to get a nice bounce. But that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. We're going about an hour and a half. I'm going to hop off, grab some lunch. I'll catch you on the next one. I'll see you over in Discord. Check out the website, tacticaledgetraders.com. Later, guys.